In a shocking turn of events, former French President Nicolas Sarkozy has been sentenced to 5 years in prison by a Paris court, marking the first time in modern France's history that a former head of state will serve actual jail time. But here's where it gets controversial. The court ruled that Sarkozy must begin his sentence even if he appeals, a decision that has sparked intense debate and outrage from his supporters. This high-profile case revolves around allegations that Sarkozy conspired to fund his 2007 presidential campaign with millions of euros from Libya, a claim he vehemently denies. The court found Sarkozy guilty of criminal conspiracy, accusing him of orchestrating a scheme between 2005 and 2007 to secure Libyan funds in exchange for diplomatic favors. While he was acquitted of 3 other charges, including passive corruption and illegal campaign financing, the court described his actions as exceptionally serious, capable of eroding public trust in government institutions. And this is the part most people miss. Under French law, a corrupt scheme can be considered a crime even if the money exchange cannot be definitively proven. Sarkozy, now 70, denounced the ruling as a scandal and proclaimed his innocence, stating, "If they absolutely want me to sleep in prison, I will sleep in prison, but with my head held high." Standing by his side was his wife, singer and model Carla Bruni Sarkozy, as he appealed to the French people to recognize what he called an act of hatred without bounds. The case traces back to 2011, when former Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi claimed his regime had secretly funded Sarkozy's campaign. In 2012, the French outlet Mediapart published a document allegedly detailing a €50 million agreement, which Sarkozy dismissed as a forgery. The court later deemed it most likely a fake, adding another layer of complexity to the saga. Investigators also probed trips to Libya by Sarkozy's associates during his tenure as interior minister, including allegations by Franco-Lebanese businessman Ziad Taqiyuddin, who claimed to have delivered cash-filled suitcases from Tripoli to Paris. Taqiyuddin later retracted his statement, leading to a separate investigation into witness tampering involving Sarkozy and his wife. Taqiyuddin, a co-defendant in the case, passed away in Beirut earlier this week, aged 75. Here's the bold question. Is Sarkozy a victim of political retaliation, as he claims, or did he truly abuse his power for personal gain? His supporters argue the charges are politically motivated, pointing to his role in pushing for Gaddafi's ouster in 2011. Critics, however, see this as a long overdue reckoning for a leader whose legacy has been marred by multiple legal scandals. Despite his conviction, Sarkozy remains a polarizing figure in French politics and entertainment circles, thanks in part to his high-profile marriage. Yet, his recent legal troubles have taken a toll. In June, he was stripped of France's highest honor, the Legion of Honor, following a separate corruption conviction. In that case, he was found guilty of attempting to bribe a magistrate in 2014 and sentenced to a year of electronic monitoring, which he served partially before conditional release. Adding to his woes, Sarkozy was also convicted last year of illegal campaign financing during his failed 2012 re-election bid, receiving a 1-year sentence with 6 months suspended. He has appealed that verdict to the Court of Cassation, with the outcome still pending. As Sarkozy prepares to face imprisonment, the case raises broader questions about accountability, justice, and the intersection of politics and power. What do you think? Is this a fair verdict, or is Sarkozy being unfairly targeted? Let us know in the comments below, and join the conversation on whether this marks a triumph for justice or a troubling precedent in French politics.